has appeared in numerous films, including Scent of a Woman and Batman Forever. Currently, you can see him in Cookie's Fortune. Please welcome Chris O'Donnell.
I realized I hadn't been here in a while. I'm standing backstage there, and Bobby, who works the curtain, goes, "Hey, I love your show." I said, "Bobby, I'm not on a show. I mean, I do movies." He's like, "Oh, okay." Geez, I better
Thanks, Bobby.
Better get back here a little bit more often.
Notice this bag's a little lighter than before.
You've got a real problem with flour, don't you? Yeah.
You know how it is.
How have you been? We haven't seen you in a little... Oh, Bobby, thank you. Yeah. Big movie star here, Bobby. Bobby Bowman, everybody.
I get a little camera time for Bobby.
Yeah. Next time it's going to be like, I love your album.
Thank you. I poured my heart into it.
We haven't seen you in a little while. How's life going? You having a good time?
Real good, yeah.
You've been having some fun lately. I know it's a lot of work promoting these films and such, but I know you're a golfer, right?
Play a lot of golf.
You're one of those guys that plays in these something I would never do, celebrity golf tournaments.
They're a good time. I play. I don't play in a lot of them, but I play in quite a few of them. And I just played in one last week. Actually, it was on right before the Masters. It was Michael Douglas's tournament.
Okay, and did you get teamed up with, good celebrities?
I had Kevin Costner and Cuba Gooding Jr., and we were miserable.
Why? You guys were bad?
We got crushed by Nicholson, Pesci, and Andy Garcia.
That's like a cool trio you were crushed by. I would hate to be like, oh, my God, Charo beat the pants off of us.
No, it's fun. I mean, it's just kind of fun to meet those guys. I mean, I had never met any of these guys, and, I'm standing there, and, Pesci comes up to you and says, "Hey, O'Donnell, you want 200? I'm like, excuse me? Like, you want to bet $200 or what? I'm like, well, first of all, it's nice to meet you. I'm Chris. How you doing, Joe? It's kind of my introduction to him. And meanwhile, I, proceed to lose money from him.
Well, that's what he actually suckers people into betting, and then
he's hustling out there all the time. I tell you.
Also, he'd be a guy who I'd be afraid to get angry. You know what I mean? I amuse you. Beating me with a club or something. Are you a good golfer? You're.
I'm all right. About a 10 handicap or so.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Because some of those celebrities, I mean, it's a trap. Because some celebrities, they get stuck into doing those tournaments and they really can't play. Who sucked? Come on, was there any one celebrity who's just terrible? They're not watching. It's really late at night. Anybody?
Cuba has never played before. So it's not that he stinks.
You sold out Cuba. Okay.
No, he's just never played. But it was.
I can't believe you said that.
It was funny because people were literally in danger on a few holes there.
Really?
Costner kept going, "Back up, guys," and people would be like, "I'm not kidding, back up," And
the ball's just flying around.
They were. I put more into the crowd though than Cuba did, so that's probably
really okay. Well, we had you. I remember you were on the show a few years ago promoting "Scent of a Woman," and at the time, that thing that Pacino was doing in the film, what is it?
Hoo-ah.
Hoo-ah. Hoo-ah.
Exactly.
And you said at the time that people were doing it to you on the street.
They do it everywhere, yeah.
It's now been a couple of years later. I hope that went away.
It has gone away completely. So the other day, I'm obviously doing a lot of press for this movie, and I did Regis.
What do you mean, obviously? If you're here, you're obviously doing...
If you're taking
I'm obviously doing everything. I mean, we're scraping the bottom of the bowl. I'm kidding.
You're taking it the wrong way.
Yeah.
But I don't regularly appear on these shows. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, of course. Yes. Okay.
So I'm on Regis and Kathleen. Regis had, was giving me a lot of hoo-ahs, which I hadn't heard in a while. So.
I would think that Regis's hoo-ah would be really intense.
It's not quite the
hoo-ah, hoo-ah, hoo-ah.
It's like, classic cutting-edge Reg. Up to the date. Up to the minute.
Regis, that's great. The movie came out 6 years ago, but.
I understand you're doing this picture. Scent of a Woman. That sounds good. Hoo-ah, hoo-ah. Regis, calm down. He's fine as long as he gets his shot. He's in good shape. Are you having a good time here in New York City?
I am. I always mixing business and pleasure, and I was able to make it to a friend of mine's bachelor party, at least part of it the other night, which was kind of fun.
Was it? I mean, I've been to both kinds of bachelor parties. I've been to the sort of like sedate ones, and I've been to the intense ones. Which was this?
This was relatively sedate. I mean, we went to one of these, you know, strip clubs or whatever here in New York, and I'm sure you've never heard of these things.
So it was just, yeah. So it was really sedate.
I was confused.
I love that. Oh, it was a sedate one. It was a complete all-nude club.
No. Well,
where the room spins, motorized. You know.
I mean, you walk in this place, and there were like 400 guys in there, and, you know, 60, 70 women running around. It's ridiculous, but it was, you know, one of these places where nobody gets near the women because, you know, there's big goons looking at you from all sides, and it's like, okay, you know, you stay away. But
well, here in New York, they're pretty serious about, you know, no. Believe me, I've studied the law.
Some bachelor parties, of course.
There's no touching of the women.
Exactly.
You have to be like a mime, you know. You're.
Well, usually you go to these places and you got some knucklehead buddy of yours that will just get, you know, way overserved, and you know, it'll be a very entertaining night. But this was relatively tame, all things considered.
Now, you got married.
I couldn't get wild. I had Regis and Kathy Lee the next day, so you know.
Yeah, you don't want to show up with a brassiere around your neck on Regis. Oh, this? Oh, nothing.
Everything. I smell gin.
That would be great. Him. Where have you been, young man? Yeah. I mean, you got married. How long ago did you get married?
It'll be 2 years Monday, actually.
What was your bachelor party like?
Mine was pretty tame. It's all kind of foggy. I mean, I was...
Yeah, that sounds tame, too.
I was...
When you wake up in a different city, it's not tame, my friend.
Well, we went to Las Vegas, and I was completely overserved, so I don't fully remember all of it, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Yeah,
but, I'm sure some of my buddies had a good time.
Yeah. Were you wearing your clothes when you woke up? That's the important thing.
I was. And I made sure no one had video cameras or, you know...
Smart.
Any sort of...
Let's do, because we're tight on time tonight, but I want to make sure we talk about Cookie's Fortune, which is a movie that you shot in Mississippi. And we had Liv Tyler here the other night talking about it.
Yeah.
And she said, kind of an interesting place, this town.
It is a crazy little town. If you guys are ever in Memphis or anywhere, drive down to Holly Springs. It's a great little town, really great people, but there are some unusual people there. And we had this guy who has completely made his house out to look like Graceland. It's called Graceland 2. And their big thing is, oh, you can go there anytime you want, 24 hours a day, and wake these guys up and they'll give you a tour. So we, of course, tested them. We just, you know, show up at 4 in the morning, knock on the door, all the lights come on, and this guy comes down, he's got the lamb chops down to here, you know. And he's probably
just lamb chops tied to his face.
He will be documenting this right now because we mentioned Elvis. Like, he keeps all these TVs on and writes notes. And
if any show mentions Elvis, he writes
it down. Elvis Presley was mentioned, you know, at 5:06 Eastern Standard Time.
Does he look like Elvis, or is he one of these guys that just has like the Elvis sideburns and then just looks like an orthodontist?
No, he's got the kind of the 70s Elvis look going a little bit, you know.
Right.
And his son's dressed up. You know, he's out there mowing the lawn like Elvis. I mean, he's
just the way Elvis used to.
Unfortunately,
grass is getting pretty big. I better check it out. I don't think Elvis did a lot of mowing in his time.
I don't think so. Unfortunately, this guy doesn't appear in the movie, but...
Well, this is in the movie you play kind of a naive...
dumb cop, basically.
Country...
Dumb, horny cop.
Oh.
That's how I like to refer to him.
Okay. That's the character's name, yeah.
Dumb, horny cop, yeah.
And we have a clip here from the film. Do we need to know anything about this? I guess there's been a murder.
Yeah, and the murder, and this is some important evidence, and I'm a little bit confused on the details of it.
Let's take a look at this clip from Cookie's Fortune.
They called.
Where do you hear this? There were 2 types of blood in the gun. 2, not 1, 2. All right, they found a whole bunch of O positive, you know, which is the most common type of blood. All right, but then they found a second type too. Okay, ready for this? Traces of ABC negative.
ABC? He means AB negative.
That's what I said. AB negative. It's like the least common type, the rarest. There's like hardly anyone alive with it, and they found more of it on the broken fruit salad bowl.
Son, when's your play start?
Jeez, I almost forgot. Shoot, I gotta go. You guys do without me?
We'll manage. Get out. Break an arm.
You better get down to the church.
Get there in a minute.
I love that you're in a play.
You know what's so funny? We filmed this play. Inside the movie, there's this play. And
you guys are all putting on a play.
Yeah, and they brought in the local townspeople to sit in the audience. And they didn't explain to them that it's supposed to be the world's worst play. So they're like, oh, all these big Hollywood stars in our little town making this play. And we do the performance, and they all are kind of like, oh, my God, that was so bad. Like, they didn't know if they should clap or what they should do. And we're up there doing the most ridiculous performance you've ever seen. And they were baffled.
Yeah, great.
Baffled.
I wish I had been there to see. That'd be great to see. Did you film their reactions?
Yeah, they're in there.
Oh, great. Amazing. Chris, thank you very much
Conan,
for being
good to see
here.
you.
Chris O'Donnell. This is Cookie's Fortune. Check it out. Megan Mullally's coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.